What is data warehousing? What is warehouse? What is warehouse? In general, warehouse is it's a collection of goods or collection of information and collection of stocks, right? So what is data warehouse? Collection of information, collection of data from one system to another system. Why we need data warehousing? Just I will try to give you one or two examples. Okay, let's say you have a banking data. Let's say this is your bank database. Maybe you are having some customers. Maybe I am applying for a new credit card. Okay, whenever I am applying for a credit card, let's say they are going to do address verification and everything, right? They are going to check my employment status, my personal details, my address verification, everything. Then only they are going to issue a credit card for you. Let's say they are going to issue a credit card for you. At that time you are in Hyderabad and your number will be something. Okay, and the type of card you are getting is gold, and whatever the limit, whatever it may be, one record is creating here. Okay, every month. This is the database. They created one record in the database. You are going to do all the transactions. They are going to send you the monthly statement from this database. You are getting it. You are paying everything. It's going on fine. As part of the job requirement, maybe you are moving from one system, one state to another. Immediately, what you will do? Let's say I am in Hyderabad, I am moving to Bangalore. I am going to raise a address change request, right? Simply I will call customer care center and I will say, going forward, can you please send all the communication to my current address? Okay, sir. So what is going to happen? They are going to modify the existing record here, right? Previously it's there. Now they are going to change, and I am going to change my Bangalore address and phone number, everything. Then the existing record in the database is going to update. Now, the second time, whenever you are calling a bank for the change of address or whatever it may be, they don't do any address verification, right? They don't do any address verification. Simply they will update the records and they will send all the communications to your current address. But let's say now you are getting all the communication details to this Bangalore address. Now you are not going to make the payment. Say this customer, we are sending all the communication to this address. The customer is not going to make his payments. Then what we will do? We will provide this data to our recovery team. Recovery team will go to Bangalore address. It's a fake address. Customer is not available there. What about this previous data? For the second time address, we are not doing any address verification and everything, right? What about previous data? We'll ask the previous data, right? So that is the purpose of the data warehousing. Whenever the very first time, whenever a record is creating here, Hyderabad, whatever the number, then the same record immediately another database. I'm going to have another database here. This is your OLTP database, online transactional processing system. Okay, from this we are going to take this data immediately and we are going to load this record from here to in our data warehouse. From Hyderabad to Bangalore, let's say customer is going to change his address from Hyderabad to Bangalore, some number. Immediately we are going to take this record and we are going to maintain whenever a customer is going to change his mail ID or phone number or the contact number, we are going to track his history. Here, see, this is the purpose of the warehouse. We are going to keep historical data. We are going to keep all the transaction information here. The purpose of transaction information is here in our example to recover the amount from the customers, right? See, now we are going to provide this data to the recovery team. Now recovery team will go to Bangalore address. If it is not available, then they will go to Hyderabad, its native address, right? This is one example. Just I will try to provide you another example. Let's say you are going to have some insurance company. Let's say we have an insurance company. Okay. Here we are going to have the millions of every month. Always we are going to expect new customers into the organization, right? Always we are going to expect new customers. To get new customers, what we will do? We will do some media publicity or some campaigns, roadside campaigns or some media publicity papers. We will follow all the techniques. And we have some 100 millions of customers, right? Is there any way to get new customers from the existing customers? I have already 100 millions of customers in my organization. Is there a way to get new customers? To get new customers, first I have to analyze the data, create a data warehousing. The purpose of the data warehousing is just for the analysis purpose. The complete data from here to there I am going to load. The complete data will be available here. Now I am going to analyze this one from the data warehousing. This is my data warehousing. From here I am going to analyze the data. What type of analysis? Let's say I have 100 million. I cannot contact all the 100 million customers on daily basis or monthly basis, and I cannot ask like, can you please refer your friends or your family members, right? There should be some criteria. So just I am going to generate a simple report from out of 100 millions. The report will be, we have 100 millions of customers. Whenever a customer is going to take a policy, they are going to provide their dependents and their kids details, right? I'm going to do some analysis. How many customers' kids are going to become majors in the coming month? Let's say this is right. I'm going to do some analysis. How many customers' kids are going to become majors in the coming July month? Let's say you are going to get 1 million data, or you are going to get some 1 lakh customers data. Take this 1 lakh customers data and provide it to the marketing team. What they will do? They will call each and every customer. Congratulations, sir, your kid is going to become major in the coming month. Already you are an existing customer with our insurance company. We will send you our customers. We will send our representative. Just have a demo. We have very good policies for the kids who are becoming majors. So that is one type of analysis. Just on existing data, I am doing analysis and I am trying to get the new customer. Let's say I am doing this in the month of July. In the month of August also I am going to do it. This is every monthly report I am doing. Okay, in the month of August also I am going to generate this report. I am providing to the marketing team backend. They are specifically waiting for this data. Based on this data, they are going to contact all the people. In the month of September, let's say in the month of September, we have some 20 lakhs people, or 2 million people we have. Then in the month of September, we have 20 lakhs people. There is a huge volume in the market. In US market, once they are becoming majors, definitely they will go for the policies. In India, we don't have that type of. Everyone will have the policies. We have 20 lakhs customers. Then high-level management team, they are going to do some analysis. See, we have 20 lakhs people. Take policy. The marketing people, whenever they are going to start the campaign, they are going to see this volume of the data. Then they are going to do some analysis. We have 20 lakhs people. If I am going to give 50% of the discount, and I am going to expect at least 10 lakhs people, the target will be. Just go and give the 50% discount, at least get 10 lakhs people. If you get 10 lakhs customers, new customers, what will be the loss in the current financial year because of this 50% discount, and what will be the profit in the next 20 years? So it's a decision making system. You are going to analyze your data and you are going to forecasting. You are going to, so if I give 50% discount, see, I am not going to give this discount in the month of July and August. Specifically, I am giving. Make sense? So this type of analysis, we need to have the data warehousing. Using, it's a ETL process. Using ETL tools, we are going to load the data. What is ETL tools? Informatica, data stage. These are the very famous tools. Data stage, Abinitio. There are a lot of tools in them. These are the ETL tools. Once the data is available here, who is going to analyze the data? Who is going to generate a report? Just is going to generate a report like, see, if I am going to give, see, high-level management people, how they will take, if I give 50% discount, what will be the next 10 years profit and loss? They don't know, right? You need to, if you give 50% discount, this will be the profit and loss in the current financial year. And the next financial year, this will be the profits for you. If you give the 25% discount, this will be, they are going to give you some pie charts, trees, or whatever it may be, how they are expecting bars. Getting the management, just by seeing charts, they will go for the decisions. By seeing reports, they will go for the decision. Who is going to generate reports? Your reporting tools will come into picture. What are the reporting tools? Business Objects and Cognos, Hyperion, SAS. There are a lot of tools. Once the data is available here from the data warehousing, they are going to generate the reports. Based on those reports, your data warehousing. Just one or two examples. Once we are done with the Informatica, easily you will understand. I will give you some more case studies. It's a ETL. What is ETL? It's a Informatica is one of the, you already know, right? It's extracting. We are going to extract the data from the source systems, and we are transforming the data, and we are going to load it into the warehouse. ETL, extract, transform, and load it into target system. Once the data is available, your reporting people will come into picture. They are going to play with the data. Just you are gathering the vegetable. Just you are cutting and you are putting there. The chef will come and he will prepare the like this. So you are going to load the data into warehouse. From there, they are coming to Informatica. Any tool, it's a tool, right? Informatica, it's a tool. We are using a tool to load data from one database to another database. Without tool, yes, we can able to load the data. With a tool, we can load it in a sufficient manner, easy manner. We'll see. Any tool, if you install Oracle also, you will get client and server components, right? Server or services. What is the difference between server and services? We'll see. Under clients, under services, we are going to have the one service called the backend architecture. I am trying to explain. Again, we will discuss all this. And we have one more server. Okay, repository service and integration service. And whenever you are trying to install Informatica, the minimum requirement will be there should be a RDBMS database on your machine. Any RDBMS database like Oracle, Teradata, whatever it is. So, as part of the Informatica installation in your Oracle database, let's say I have a Oracle database. As part of Informatica installation, it is going to create some 522 system tables for you. That is part of Informatica installation. This set of, calling it as a repository. The set of 522 system tables, we are calling it as a repository. So, the backend, we have the repository, we have the integration service, and we have the repository service. The very first front-end client tools will be, whenever we are talking Informatica, actually Informatica released this product as PowerCenter Repository Manager. This is the very first client tool. That the name itself is indicating, right? Repository Manager means to manage repository. I have repository here, so go to start. I have already installed Informatica on my system. See, you can see client and services. If you open services, the very first client tool will be PowerCenter Repository Manager. Okay, I am opening PowerCenter Repository Manager. This is my repository. See, I have repository in the database, right? 522 system tables as part of Informatica. No, they're releasing this product with PowerCenter, Informatica PowerCenter Repository Manager. The product name is the company, the organization name is Informatica. They are releasing this product with Informatica PowerCenter. So we are generally we will call Informatica. Actually, we have to call Informatica PowerCenter. Okay. So the very first client tool is Repository Manager. Fine. See, I have opened the Repository Manager. This is my repository name. I have two repositories. Okay. Select one of the repository, right click and connect. It is going to ask you the user ID and password. Just select, enter the password and click connect. It is going to connect to your repository. So whenever you are trying to connect from the front-end client tool, it's a front-end GUI application, it's a client tool. The communication will be sent from these two repository service. You are connecting, right? You are entering your user ID and password, right? Whatever the user ID and password you are entering is available in your one of the system tables. The user account and password will be saved here. So you are going to connect. The communication will send from here to there, then from here to there. Then you are connecting to PowerCenter Repository Manager. Let's say if you are going to give some wrong user account or it's not available, the user is not available or not authenticated, you will get the error message. Let's say you are connecting. Okay, see, after connecting in your repository, this is my repository, right? In your repository you are going to have different folders. See, all these are the folders. If you want to really the front-end client tool you are working, right, whenever you are going to do some development activities, the backend, the complete information is going to save it into the 522 system tables, the metadata. All these are my existing folders for our, see, just go to folder, just go and create. You can create new folder, let's say new folder _10, whatever the name you can give, click OK. The folder has been successfully created. See, this is the folder created. Where this folder will be created in this 522 system tables, one row will be inserted. The purpose of the repository manager is it's an admin tool. What we are doing, we are managing our repository by creating new folder. And if I want to, let's say you are joining in the organization, you are joining in the sales folder. See, you are joining in the sales project, or you are going to join in the finance project. Number of projects are going to work, right? In a database, we are going to have different schemas, right? In the same way, we are going to have the different folders. All sales projects they are going to run under sales. Finance here. Maybe if you have a marketing or banking, like this, different folder. For security purpose, let's say you are connecting to this repository. This repository is going to have a banking folder, finance folder, sales folder, or marketing folder. If you are joining in the organization in the sales domain, you will not have access to the banking. So you will have view access, not executable access. So creating folders, creating users, and giving read, write, executable access and everything, they are going to do it from the repository manager tool. It's one of the admin tool where the Informatica admins will have complete access to this tool. As a developer, you will not have the complete access. Mapping designer. Mapping designer means the original name is Informatica PowerCenter Mapping Designer. Mapping designer. What is the purpose of Informatica? Why you are using Informatica? We are planning to load data from one database to another database. Let's say I have some SQL Server database here. This is my SQL Server database. Okay. Let's say this is your source database. From this database, I am trying to extract data. Let's say I have one table here. In this database, I have one table. Okay. In this table, let's say I have 100 records. All these 100 records I am planning to extract, okay, and I am planning to load all these 100 records into another database. Let's say I have Teradata as my data warehousing or my target database. This is my target database. The purpose of using Informatica is I am planning to extract data from here and I am planning to load data into my another database. For this purpose, we are using Informatica. So, in the mapping designer, we are going to design the mappings. In general, we are going to call it as a program, right? In Informatica, the terminology will be the mapping designer. We are going to develop the mapping. We are going to design the mappings. Mappings means nothing but a program in general life. Okay, we are going to do a development activity and we are going to, once we are done with our code development, we are going to save our program, right? We are going to save our mapping, right? Whenever you are going to save it, again the communication will send. See, this is our mapping designer. The second client tool. Connect to your mapping designer. What is our folder? Let's say we have created new folder _10. See, this is our very empty folder. If you open some other folders, you will see some developed mappings. We are going to do some activities here. We are going to develop the mappings. All these activities we are going to here in our respective folders. Maybe you are into sales or marketing, you are going to develop a sales mappings here. Fine. After doing a development activity, we are going to save it, right? Again, this is going to, the code is going to be communicated through repository service and the code will be saved into the repository. That's 522 system tables. Fine. Next, we have another client. The next client tool will Informatica PowerCenter Workflow Manager. Fine. I'm planning to extract data from this database to this. I have developed a program. I have developed a mapping. I have developed a job. Okay. I want to execute. The requirement will be on daily basis. I'm planning to extract data from this database and I'm trying to load here. On daily basis, I want to run my particular program on 10 a.m. exactly. Or I want to run on weekly basis, or I want to run on monthly basis, or I have multiple programs like mapping 1, mapping 2, mapping 3. After completion of mapping 1 successfully, go on start mapping 2 and mapping 3. Or after running mapping 1, the data is loaded here into the target database. After loading data, I want to send mail to some business people saying that data is successfully loaded into so and so target system. So you are going to develop a workflow here. A workflow means set of instructions. How you are planning to execute your job, before executing your job or after executing your job. Maybe let's say your job is going to fail. I need to send mail to support team. Let's say your job is completed successfully. You need to send mail to some business people. So some jobs, if you see some organizations, in an organization you will have monthly jobs. Means that whenever data is available in the source system, daily once I am going to load data from this database to this database. Hourly I am going to do it, or monthly I am going to do it, or bi-weekly I am going to do it, or weekly I am going to do it, or Monday to Friday I am going to do it, or I want to execute my job on second Saturday. You can schedule the job like this, and the dependent information after completion of one job, start the second one. After completion of the sales process, start the marketing jobs. Like this, we are going to do the scheduling and everything here. Again, you are going to save that information here only. Whenever you are going to save it, that information also in your job, you are going to give set of commands, right? Before starting my job, do all these activities. After completion of the job, send mails. All this information again will be saved into your repository. Okay, execute the job here now. From workflow manager, you are going to start your job, right? You want to load data from here to there. Just you developed a program, but you are not yet loaded. If you run your job, if you execute your job, then only data will be loaded from one system to another system. So you can execute your job from the workflow manager. Now, let's say when you are going to execute your job, by that time you have a program and you have a set of instructions, right? The dependence information, or after completion of the job, what you are planning to send mails to some people, everything you are going to, the complete information is there in your, whatever the program you developed so far is there in your repository. Right? Whenever you are executing your job, your integration service is a standalone, and I have target database. Whenever you are executing, then your integration service will come into picture. Okay, then it will send you the communication to repository service. Repository service will send you the communication to repository. The complete code you developed is there in the repository. From here, it will take the code onto the integration service. Let's say now all the code will be there here. Maybe whatever the mapping logic you have developed, right? The integration service program code, as per the program code, it is going to connect to your source system, and it is going to extract the data. After extracting the data, it is going to load the data here. Let's say your integration service is extracting 100 records, it is inserting 90 records into your target database. Okay. Maybe you are unable to insert remaining 10 records. You are extracting the data, but you have some junk data, some unexpected data you have, some invalid data you have. In a string column, you are getting date fields, or in the date you are getting strings. Maybe we are unable to load those 10 records into our target database. The job successfully, then your integration service is going to create any program of completion of execution. What it will do? It will create a log file, right? It also will create a log file. How many records we have accepted? 90. How many records rejected? What will be the reason for rejection? And how much time it takes? And if it is going to fail, what will be the reason? a log file, we are going to have the another client tool, that is we need to monitor the job, right? When it is running the job, what we need to do, we have started this job. How we will see whether it's a fail or it's a successful? We are going to have a tool called workflow monitor. Using this tool, just we are going to see the status of the job. Status of the job and the log file information, everything from here. So these are the 4 client tools. As a developer, we are going to mainly play with these 3 tools. We are using a mapping designer to develop the mapping. We are going to use the setup transformation, how to extract the data, how to transform the data, what is the workflow monitor, what is the workflow manager. This is the back-end application actually. This is the architecture of the Informatica, very high-level architecture of the Informatica. Things in the workflow manager, the set of instructions I am telling, right? When you are executing your job, what type of information you are planning to have in the log file. You can configure the settings before running your job. The very first time you have executed, it's created a log file. The second time you have executed, you want to keep the previous log file or you want to replace the previous log file. You can set the settings. Like this, let's say I want to keep always last 5 log files. Whenever the 6th one is going to create it, the first one will be automatically deleted from the log file directory. Always your job is going to have last 5 log files. These are set of instructions. We are going to provide this set of instructions in the workflow manager before running the job. Sometimes you are going to do some parameters. Before running the job, you are going to do some values, right? From where you will pass that values to your program means from the workflow manager. We'll see everything. Integration service is going to communicate with your source and target as well as with your repository. In the runtime, whenever you are executing your job, then only it will come into the picture. See, we have the clients and services, we have repository service, we have integration service, we have the repository. The very first client tool will be repository manager. Whenever you are trying to connect, the communication will send from here to here, from here to here. Now you can connect and you can create the new folder if you want. You can change the password. You can create the new user and you can provide the access, the restriction levels. This particular user can able to access only sales folder, not other folders, read, write, executable access, all admin activities. The second tool will be mapping designer. The developing programs and mapping we are going to do in the mapping designer. Okay. Then the workflow manager, and we are going to save. The purpose of using Informatica is we have a source here and we have the target here. To load data from one database to another database, we are going to develop a program or mapping in the mapping designer. We are saving it. That information will be saved into repository. Now we have the workflow manager. Here we have the set of instructions and we are going to execute the job from here. And we will save the complete set of instructions. After providing all the set of instructions, we will save it. That information will be saved into repository. We are going to execute the job from the workflow manager. Whenever you are executing, integration service is a standalone system so far. Now it is going to connect to your repository service, and repository service is communicating with your repository. The complete code, the developed information, the set of instructions information will be available from the repository. From that repository, your integration service is querying that data from the repository and it is going to communicate with your source system and it is extracting, let's say you have 100 records and it is going to load only 90 records. And after completion of the job or the job is going to fail, the integration service is going to create a log file. Log file will have the complete information of the job. And we are going to access this log file using the another client tool, workflow monitor.